So principal sir have joined us. We can now proceed with the alumni talk. A very good morning to all and welcome to the fifth alumni talk. Now you must have all been familiar to me and as well as all the faculties. So let me introduce. I am Mrs. Harshita Patil, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacology, R.C. Patel Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, that is RCP IPER Shidpur. I feel dignified for the privilege of welcoming you all again on behalf of Department of Pharmacology and Pharmacy Practice of RCP IPER Shidpur. I welcome all the dignitaries present for this event. I welcome today's guest alumna and resource person of this alumni talk, Dr. Mrs. Punam ma'am, who is an alumna of batch 2010 to 2012. I welcome our respected principal, Dr. S.J. Surana sir, Vice Principal, Dr. A.A. Shirkhedkar sir, respected Dr. Sia Patil sir, who is Head of Pharmacology Department, and Dr. Mrs. S.D. Patil ma'am, Head of Pharmacy Practice Department, and Mrs. Himakshi Sautani ma'am, who are coordinators of today's talk, and all the faculty members, students, and obviously all the participants who have joined us from across the globe. A very warm welcome to all present here for the fifth alumni talk series on the topic potential of artificial intelligence in medical affairs and digital health. So with this, now I request our respected principal, Dr. S.J. Surana sir, to please enlighten the participants about the institutional highlights of RCP IPER. Please, sir.
Yes. Welcome, Dr. Punam and faculty members, Dr. C.R. Patil, Dr. Shirkhedkar, faculty members and virtual participants. So on behalf of this Shirpuri Society and R.C. Patel Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, I welcome all of you. This is a alumni talk series. Dr. C.R. Patel is taking a lot of efforts to involve the alumni in this talk series. The pharmacology department is in the development stage. In infrastructure point of view, earlier in the pharmacology department and now presently in the pharmacology department and along with the pharmacy practice, a lot of development is there. And in all, so you completed more than completed 1 decade Punam. So the Punam physically not seen as a photo and on the screen. So are you listening, Punam?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm listening, sir. Good morning.
Now you are seeing on the screen. Yes. So this is just the introduction since pharmacology department started and since started of the number of PG courses in this institute and the development of this institute. This slide itself indicates the development achievement of the principal, the faculty, and the students in general, and overall department-wise overall development and the achievements of all the members. It definitely indicates no, I'm not repeating these parameters for you are aware of that. If you see the visit the site and if you physically visit this institute, so definitely the alumni are welcome every time if you are visiting this institute, and all the HODs along with Dr. C.R. Patil is taking the efforts to involve the alumni in the talk series. I again welcome on behalf of this institute. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So as said, we are always welcoming all the alumni and encourage them to revisit this institute and give us feedback about it. So now we are proceeding with the today's Power Alumni Talk of Dr. Mrs. Punam ma'am. So let me introduce her in a very short words. So it's my pleasure to introduce you all a charming, encouraging, and obviously a genius who have made us proud with her eminence in different fields of medical affairs and digital health. Dr. Punam is been innovative medical advisor with over a decade of qualitative and varied experience in training and development, medical write-ups, conducting CME and events for various national as well as international medical associations, empowering all healthcare physicians. She has a quality of effective leadership, obviously, and is in a phase-fast cross-functional team environment, including safety, effort estimating the resources, utilization, medical affairs, and engagements. She is a keen communicator with strong analytical, organizational, and interpersonal skills. Dr. Pal has imparted over 640 plus hours of training sessions to over 60 medical representatives across various therapeutic agents, and she has successfully prepared for more than 85 CMEs for physicians and patient education. She is in direct contact with the physician and as well as patient education. Ma'am has presented her poster in South Asian chapter of a American College of Clinical Pharmacology annual conference on pharmacokinetics, protocol development, conduct, and analysis. She has also been presented a workshop on crafting career in pharmacy organized by Central India Pharmacy Promotion and Research Associations. So right now, Dr. Punam Pal is currently heading medical affairs in Russian Pharma since September 2022. She has been worked since October 2021 with Exidon Limited Mumbai as manager in medical affairs. In March 2020 till to April 2021, she has worked with Mega Life Science as a senior executive in medical affairs and clinical research. She has also has an experience of working with IPCL Laboratories Mumbai Executive Medical Affairs and also been worked with eClinical Works Mumbai as medical coder. So you can understand that ma'am has a wide experience in different medical fields. She has now recently launched Avis in 3D division, Rapid Lab in Pharma division, Alvis CTD in 3D division, RX Store in cold 3C divisions and whatnot. So doctor, with this, it is all about the experience which ma'am has gained and launched different things. So Dr. Punam Pal has secured a master's in pharmacy in clinical research and in clinical pharmacy and research from R.C. Patel College of Pharmacy, North Maharashtrian University with a percentile of 72 and emerged as a university topper. In 2022, ma'am has secured her PhD from SJJTU, Jaipur, Rajasthan with a percentile of 70. And also she has, along with this, she has completed her IIML's executive program course in strategic marketing in digital area. So with this short introduction, I request Dr. Mrs. Punam Pal ma'am to please proceed with her lecture. Please ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Harshada, for your brief introduction. And thank you, professors. Thank you, principal sir, for inviting me for this alumni power talk. And I'm obliged for this invitation. Without taking much time, I would like to share my screen and let's start the session. So, hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, I'll also give a brief welcome for my presentation with the topic of potential of AI in medical affairs and digital health. So here we are going to explore the benefits and also the challenges related to artificial intelligence in medical affairs and digital health. So before proceeding with this session, I'll try to give you an overview what we are going to understand during this whole session of potentials of AI and in medical affairs. So what is the major role of artificial intelligence, how it is giving changes, how it is helping the humanity, and no doubt there are few challenges also we are facing, but yes, we are going to overcome that. So let's try to understand what is the drastic change which has been occurred since which was not there previously. Now currently what it is happening. So basically in the session of today's, I'll just take you through what is AI and AI in medical research, AI in clinical trials, how AI is helping in disease diagnosis, medical affairs and essential of pharmaceutical industry, what is exactly the importance of medical affairs, the insight generation, how we are doing that, how the evidence generations are created, the scientific platform which we are been using, the medical education program, not only for the field force, but also we are educating the doctors who are practicing, the digital medical affairs with the human touch. So here we will try to understand about AI-powered insight generation, real-time medical education, smart data generation, and omni-channel and human-centric engagement. So, my slides are changing.
Yes, ma'am.
Just a second. So first of all, we'll try to understand about what is AI. Now, AI, everybody knows. All the students, they might be aware as they are the young generation, Gen Zs. No doubt, they are at least aware of the definition that artificial intelligence, it is nothing but a branch of computer science that specifically focus on creating machines that can perform tasks that would normally require human intelligence. Now, how this AI is disrupting? Now, the major aim of this AI is how they are giving that time, how the time is saved, which a human will take a long time. So AI generally is majorly for accuracy, for saving time saving. So it also includes the tasks such as recognizing the speech, making decision, and also understanding the natural language. And in the medical field, when we talk about AI, it has a potential to revolutionize the way we diagnose and treat the disease, as well as how we conduct the research and clinical trials. Now, when we talk about during our era, when we used to study, then we have been going through different kind of rigorous learning, understanding, reading different articles, and then preparing it manually. The protocol used to be prepared manually, but now AI has replaced that because AI has that potential to make that, how we are training that AI to get that outcome. We need to train them. So here the time is saved. And no doubt, if we are training that AI properly, then they can give you the accurate data where your time is saved. No doubt, the accuracy is little bit hammered, but we need to make them understand what exactly is required. So we need to be very specific. So the example of AI in medical field is the use of machine learning algorithms. So generally, how AI works, it is filled up with a lot of algorithm. The algorithm should be very, very specific to analyze the medical images such as X-rays and MRIs. So these algorithms can quickly and accurately identify the abnormalities and assist the doctors in making the diagnosis. So previously, what used to happen whenever we are entering into a doctor's chamber with this X-rays and images, no wonder, me as a kid, I was totally, in nowhere what exactly is this picture all about. Now we need to rely on that particular doctor or particular expert to say what exactly has happened. But now AI has totally replaced that. So another example is the use of AI in drug discovery, where algorithms can analyze the vast amount of data which is available in the scientific forum and to identify the potential of that particular drug candidate much faster than the traditional method. When we talk about traditional method, there are a lot of tedious process which we need to follow, and then the drug discovery was done. But now that time is again saved. So overall, AI has the potential to improve that patient outcomes and reduce the healthcare cost and accelerate medical research. When I say reduce healthcare cost, that doesn't mean it is very cheap as compared to our traditional methods. But yes, it will take little bit time, but no doubt the cost will be reduced once it is expanded and explored. So when we talk about artificial intelligence in medical research, it is a revolutionizing medical research by enabling the faster and more accurate drug discovery. So, because when it comes to when human is doing that tedious process, at some point there are more chances of getting that error, because nobody is perfect. When it comes to the AI has been trained up, the algorithms has been filled up with that data properly, what exactly is required. So the input is given in that sense, so that the output should be perfect. So by analyzing vast amount of this data, AI algorithms can identify the potential of that particular drug candidate and predict the efficacy with greater precision than as compared to the traditional method. So one of the best example of the use of this AI is in cancer research. When we talk about cancer research, everybody knows that cancer research is ongoing process. Many things are going on and off. So researchers have used this machine learning algorithms to analyze genomic data for thousands of cancer patients, identifying the patterns that could help to develop new treatments. So you know what, when we talk about any field, it is not specifically related to cancer or specifically related to diabetes. Any chronic or acute disease, everywhere there is little bit gap. Every time there is a requirement of something or the other. Because whatever traditionally we are following, that doesn't mean that can be there in future, that can help us out. Now, the best example is about the COVID. COVID was all of a sudden there in the market. Nobody was aware. But yes, because of AI also, somewhere or the other, we were able to manage that within 2 years. If it has been happened few years back, then most probably it would have taken a long time to get that research work done, and the outcome should be available in the market. So AI plays a key role when it comes to the predictions which the patients would respond the best to a particular cancer drug with an accuracy of 92%. So this has a potential to significantly improve the patient outcomes and reduce the healthcare cost. So AI plays a major role in different type of medical research, in clinical trials, as it has been the way the clinical trials were used to be conducted from the patient recruitment to the data analysis. By leveraging the machine learning algorithms, AI can help to identify which patients are eligible and more efficiently reducing the time and cost. Now, here I will give you the example. When we plan a clinical trial, so what happens? We need to prepare a proper synopsis, then we need to prepare a proper protocol, and then it is initiated to a particular hospital. So hospital, when we are talking about inclusion criteria and exclusion criteria, if we are taking the patient randomly by, direct interviewing, it takes a lot of time. So what is the best thing to take that inclusion criteria? By having that EHR. Now, what is EHR? It is an electronic health records, which is already there in the hospitals, from where you can extract the data, and as per your requirement, as the designed clinical trial, as the protocol is designed, you can always take the data from that, and then you can always go and meet the patients who are actually included in that particular study. So here the time has been saved and the cost is also saved. So that is the major breakthrough of AI in clinical trials. And AI can analyze vast amount of data generated during the trials, identifying the patterns and insights that might be missed by human researchers. So the data is generated during the trials. If the data collection is done, then what? Then for compilation, again, the AI plays a key role. Then identifying the patterns, the analytics are also, as of today, are done by this AI. Different tools are used for this. And then it will give you that perfect insights or perfect outcome, what is required. So ultimately, it will save again the time and also the money. So because if I talk about pharma company or any person who is initiating this trial or initiating any project, they don't want to waste money like anything. The money should be utilized within what is the requirement. So always there is the P&L which is prepared from the industry perspective. If I talk, that is profit and loss, means extra loss is also not required. Ultimately, it is all about the business, right? So this AI, it will play the key role in cost saving also. So this can lead to a faster, more accurate result, improving the patient outcome and reducing the development cost. So when we talk about how AI is useful for disease diagnosis, it has the potential to revolutionize disease diagnosis by analyzing vast amount of an AI algorithm that can accurately predict the onset of Alzheimer's disease up to 6 years before symptoms appear. So this is one of the example, but nowadays there is also ASCVD, where the MI is generally predicted, means it is a 10-year scale pattern for the arteriosclerosis patients. So you can predict if the person is falling within 10 years, he can get that myocardial infarction. So there are different AIs which has been generated or prepared for diagnosis of disease. So it will be basically for the people for getting predicted, are they the candidate of that particular disease? When it comes to Alzheimer's disease, when it comes to Parkinson's disease, that cannot be predicted by the signs and symptoms, and there is no specific diagnosis for these things. So it's always required a kind of scale or score where it will be helpful for that specialist or MDS, what we say, movement disorder specialist, how you can predict about the particular patient with the signs, symptoms, and what is the ultimate outcome within 6 years, 7 years, or 10 years. So by analyzing brain scans and other health data, the algorithm was able to identify the subtle changes in the brain function that are indicative of the disease. So now that was all about how AI is very much helpful in medical research, in clinical trials, and disease diagnosis. So how it is useful for us being a medical affairs professional, how it is essential. So first we will try to understand what is the role of medical affairs, because students are also there here in the audience. So I'll make them understand what is the key role of medical affairs, why it is important about the medical affairs department in a pharmaceutical industries. So medical affairs, it is a unique organization within itself, with a life science company that focuses on communications between the company and the medical professionals. It can be healthcare providers or the patients. So we are basically a liaison between medical professionals like practicing doctors or specialists, or we are also licensing with the pharmacies. We are also licensing with the nursing staff, paramedical staff, and no doubt ultimately the patient also. So the major role of medical affair professional is insight generation, uncovering the actionable ideas to inform medical strategy. So insight generation basically deals with what new data is there in the market. In the market means in the scientific market. What new is there? What are the gaps? What is already there in the market, but still it is not fulfilling the patient's requirement. So that insights are generated by us. Second is the evidence generation, generate the data to address the medical needs or gaps. So now if we know what is the gap, where is the gap, how that can be fulfilled, that is also our key role. So we require to prove ourselves that this gap can be filled by so and so molecule, and these are the evidences in terms of safety and efficacy of that particular molecule. Then once the gap analysis is done, once the data is generated, but why a person, why a doctor will believe on your data, the practicing doctor? So we need to create that scientific platform. We need to create that story that so and so is happening, and still medicines are also there, but still they are not overcoming that particular disease or disorder. So we require this medicine. There is a need of this medicine, and also the brainstorming sessions are done with the doctors who are already into masters in their field, who are practicing, who are directly in contact with the patients. So that scientific platform is prepared for the doctors, and we medical affairs people, we do that engaging sessions with them, and they take the insights from the doctors, and then that data is totally prepared, and then also it is published for other people, not only in India, but also outside India. The doctors or the medical fraternity should use that particular molecule if it is having that strong impact in that particular disease area. So after launching, means this process is specifically for the molecule which is coming in the market, new molecule from pharma industry. And after this whole process is done, then we start bombarding with the medical education, updating the doctors with that particular gap, with that particular how we have generated the evidence, how we have trained few doctors community, and then again, this back-to-back activities is always ongoing. Then that will create that successful launch of that product, ultimately successful business of that particular pharma company, along with the patient's need and requirement is overcome. So this medical affairs department was established in late 20th century. Like we can say it is hardly 10 years, 10 to 12 years in India, this medical affairs department is launched, and now it is compulsion in a pharmaceutical industry. This department plays a key role in any industry. So how insights are generated. Now, what I have told you about this 4 pointers, now we are coming in depth about understanding how insights are generated by uncovering the actionable ideas to inform that medical strategy. When we talk about medical strategy, we need to plan. Suppose there is a market of, suppose I'm giving you one example of one of the molecule known as nalbuphine. Nalbuphine is nothing but a kind of analgesic, and also it is used in as an anesthetic agent. So I know because I'm reading it, but every doctor is not using, because since last decade, last few years, 10, 12, 20 years, always doctors know that morphine should be used during surgeries, pre-operative or post-operative. But new molecule is there in the market, but they are not aware what are its efficacy profile, what is about the safety profile, because the mind is filled with that old data. Now it's our role, our job to make them understand what is the new new molecule already there in the market with a good scientific evidences, with a good efficacy profile, with a good safety profile, which will be the benefit. If the doctor is using that, it will not only benefit the patient, but also it is cost saving. Ultimately, that is our whole aim. So that insight generation is done proactively to gather the information from all the key stakeholders regarding the product, the treatment landscape, and the patient journey. So basically here the role is of MSL is major. So MSL is nothing but medical scientific liaison, who generally travels down to the doctor's office and discusses about all this molecule and prepare the strategy, how we can take this molecule and create a noise in the market. So medical affairs proactively gather the information from the key stakeholders. Now, key stakeholders are also patients, healthcare practitioners, and payers from insurance industry. So we need to understand about the patient journey, what is the past history, what treatment already he or she is taking, and how we can fit in this product along with all the compliance. So evidence generation means that to generate the data to address medical needs or gaps in the scientific or clinical knowledge manner. So basically, this digital advancement is it has given us a lot of access to that complex data sheets, which being a human, sometimes we are also stuck in somewhere regarding this, what exactly this forest graph is talking all about. So AI always play a key role in making us understand about the simplification of that particular forest graph. When we talk about, you guys have gone through that articles, right? When we talk about any JM article, so it is very it is in-depth information. But when it comes to graph, yes, being a human, normal human, we stuck somewhere. So always there is a replacement. There is an AI which will simplify that particular graph and give me a simple language information which will directly connect with my particular requirement. So once a need has been identified, the next step is to address it with supportive evidences. So medical affairs achieve this by conducting a wide variety of studies, ranging from small interventional phase 2 study to large observational phase 4 studies. So interventional study, it can be minimum 50 patients or else, and it is specifically for efficacy and safety data. And large observational study is specifically for the survey-based study, how the medicine is working, how the particular molecule is working. So here the patient pool should be very high. So here for all that analytical perspective, we require that AI. And these are the scientific platform. Now, COVID was totally negative, no doubt. But when it comes to pharma industry, yes, it has changed totally the thoughts and the work culture when it comes to pharmaceutical industry, when it comes to the conferences, when it comes to the seminars, workshops, or webinars. Previously, we used to visit, or the doctors used to be invited in that particular area wherever that particular conference or webinars used to be conducted. So post-COVID, what happened? Everything was converted into digital. So scientific platform, now you can see many companies, they are coming with their own scientific platform. Suppose I'm talking about Cipla. Cipla, it is having that Ciplamed, where all webinar can be hosted, or seminar or workshop, live workshop is also done. And it has created a lot of connection, not only pan India, but also international communities are also connected with all Indian pharma companies. And it has narrowed the gap of connecting with each other digitally. So that is the strong part of AI, which has played a key role in totally transforming the education system also. So this was all about the scientific platform. It harmonizes scientific communications across an organization to ensure that product and disease state information are reliably and optimally delivered to all stakeholders across all the channels. So medical education disseminates scientific data to the healthcare community. When we talk about medical education, see, the doctors, we all know the practicing doctors, MBBS, MDs, and plus, many degrees are there. So yes, they are highly educated, but yes, this is also the fact that they require continuous medical education. They require continuous professional development. It is a saying that once the doctor has stopped learning, then his practice is stopped, because always there is a requirement of new things. Always there is a need of upgrading yourself. Like we are upgrading our laptops, we need to upgrade. So now how this AI has loosened that gap. Medical education, when it comes to the doctor's perspective, the HCP, that is healthcare providers, they're educating them as a continued professional upgradation or education. How it has been done now, it has been converted into online system. So online different societies, like when we talk about American Society of Cardiology, or when I talk about International Society of Pain, so they generally have different modules, and that modules, they contains different kind of updated data, which is very much required, or which is the area of interest of that particular practicing doctors. So that modules are taken care, means the modules, it consists of many of the informations which are very much required for continuous professional development of the practicing doctors. So they enroll on that particular module, and they get certified once they are going through that particular module, along with the objective questions has been solved. So in short, what I'm trying to say here is that CPDs, CMEs, everything are now, because of AI, because of digital era, it has been converted. So all that tedious process of going all to that particular area, if the person is interested in taking certification from international societies, he has to go attend that conference, seminar, and then get certified. But now it is not the case. They can always enroll online. But yes, everything should be done ethically. That is the major requirement. So medical affairs helps to communicate this information to the broader medical community. Medical scientific license play a pivotal role with medical affairs, which are the main point of contact to peer-to-peer medical education, as they have the responsibility of providing HCPs with timely, accurate information on the company's medicine and research. So MSLs are nothing but medical scientific license. So they play a key role in informing the updated market about either CPD, or about either CME, or about any kind of molecules which are coming in the market from that particular industry, or what are the different, the area of interest is always answered by this MSLs to the HCPs. So medical affairs plays a third strategic pillar for the pharmaceutical industry. So the main functions of medical affairs interest is to conduct a rough clinical trial, assist in creating a healthcare product, analyzing health economics and outcomes, assessing clinical trial proposals, representing a publishing plan, maintaining healthy relationship with top leaders, organizing education program, and reporting to the latest news and insight. So again, these 8 pointers are not only, the reach is more and more. The requirement is more and more. We have a lot of responsibility because we play a key role in that particular pharma industry. So yes, people say that medical affairs are the face of the company. Due to the demand of medical communications, medical affairs is now crucial function devoted to disseminating scientific information. This demand has allowed medical affairs to assume the face of the company towards the medical community, and the growth of these teams has allowed more free-flowing communication to take place between the healthcare providers, I mean to say the practicing doctors and the life sciences companies. So basically, in short, what I'm trying to say here is, there are many brainstorming sessions happening. There are many molecules which can be evaluated, but are that actually required for Indian populations? That are also where we play a key role in brainstorming, in communicating with the practicing doctors of that specialty, getting their insights. Post taking their insights, we communicate the same to the leaders of that particular company, and thus the decision is made. But the tedious job of communicating, visiting to that HCP, previously back-to-back visit was required, but nowadays, because thank for this digital era or AI, the gap, the time which has been consumed, the cost which has been used, that has been shortened now. So how we can connect that digital medical affairs with a human touch? So AI empowered insight generations are there. So as I said, that medical scientific license, the interactions by ad boards, publications, social media listening, and others like podcast. Nowadays, there are many podcasts, audiocasts that are available already in the different type of websites. Also, when it comes to a decision making, a consensus, a guideline preparation. Previously, it was like you have to take all the doctors at one specific location. Sometimes the doctors were more interested in taking their family, so extra cost was there. And then sometimes what used to happen, that the doctor's time was not matching with other doctors. Now all has been shortened. Ad board is the thing where the guidelines generally are prepared, means the brainstorming sessions are done. The key insights from the doctor's perspective are taken on that particular platform. The doctor can sit in his clinic and attend and give his insights. So the cost saving is done, the time saving is done, and ultimately the requirement, that is the insights, are also taken from the doctors. So that is the power of AI. So we collect, organize, and translate the insight as per the requirement into actionable manner, or practically whatever is required. So that complex information is simplified. Then some providers are now in the business of applying this AI to help process insights from different sources and make them available to medical affairs professionals in simplified format. And then you can interpret. Suppose I am speaking about this ad board. When we talk about ad board, 10 doctors are there. 10 doctors have 10 different opinions, right? But sometimes what happened, opinion in the language is different, but ultimately they are talking similar thing. So how we are going to judge that? How exactly? So now there are few AI which are available with that particular industries, where we can, translate that particular language, convert it, and it can be interpreted what ultimately the doctors are trying to say. So that is again another power of AI. So AI powered insight generation generally come from an ever increasing number of very different sources like MSLs, performing ad boards, databases, and checking, going through all the social medias, podcasts, etc. Some providers are now in the business of applying AI, what I have rightly said, And all this data, which is already present in the social sites, in the scientific sites, in the particular clinical sites, it is just collected and collaborated, compiled, and ultimately analyzed through AI, and the conclusion is prepared. So this is another medical strategy which is prepared through AI. So real-time medical education. Now, this is the simplest example. When we are watching YouTube, as everybody knows, YouTube, TikTok videos, everything is there. So generally, have you noticed that whenever we watch something, on YouTube or TikTok, it is endless. You are not aware how you started at a certain period of time, suppose 8 a.m., and how 1 hour is passed. That's how this entertainment industry works. There is always a question mark at the end, so that you are pro enough to watch again the next episode. So that is how they work. So entertainment that becomes every day more reflective for your personal taste. Now, what algorithm does? AI, how they superpower, they will try to give you that ads back to back as per your area of interest. Like suppose we are talking about the shopping on Amazon homepage. What happens if you have searched certain items back to back? You will get the similar kind of items as per your area of interest. So that's how algorithm works. That's how AI works. So how medical affairs can be connected through this? It should become better to predict what contents are highest of interest. Suppose we are Googling something related to kind of diabetes. Suppose what is new in diabetes. So today, if I am to the very hour, I am searching about diabetes. Next hour, I'll get multiple information back to back in the form of Google ads, giving us different information about diabetes. So there are a cluttered form, unorganized. When we talk about Google, we will get n number of information. Few are authenticated, few are not. That's why Dr. Google should not be promoted. That is fine, general information, but that is not to the point information. So always there is the requirement of ethics. That is always there is a requirement of authenticity. So also the quality of that content will increase by relying on reputable and independent sources rather than being created in-house. So this will enable medical affairs organization to provide high quality, personalized and current medical education in real-time fashion. So always there is a requirement of data which give us information about a real world scenario. Google contains information which is like outdated also and in cluttered form. It will not at all give specific information. That's why we should not at all promote Dr. Google. So in scientific fraternity. So smart data generation, it is a concept of creating data pool from different database at a one single platform. The best example nowadays everybody might be aware of is ChatGPT. But again, that is also an AI which will give you crisp and concise data. It can give you a format, but again, it is not 100% authentic. You should, there is always a disclaimer written if you have used that particular chat GPT AI. So there is always written that I have the data which is till 21. So you should always refer authenticated journals for getting exact information. So AI will give you that information which you have fed into that. So how you need to use that AI should be the major key. So nowadays the tagline, previously we used to say that who doesn't know computer is illiterate, right? Nowadays who doesn't know AI, then he is illiterate. The person who know the AI will master the current situation. So that is the whole about the AI in smart data generation. Now omni-channel engagement. So now medical affairs, they play a key role in they have a multi-reach role in terms of either F&D, in terms of R&D, in terms of marketing, in terms of sales, in terms of strategies. Multi-channel approach is there. So ultimately the aim is to get a business. So what happens whenever the product is prepared, whenever the product is marketed, launched? So only one channel, if I am promoting it in particular pharmacy shop, will it work? Or I am promoting it in particular clinic, will it work? No. So always there is nowadays, what is the technique? That a particular channel is, a tick mark where we need to launch that, and that channel is ultimately connected with our main website, where all the information of the product is there. Then again, there will be a link. When you are clicking, it will connect to buy on option. So that's how omni-channel engagement is also there, means multi-channel, and also you will get the best information along with the purchase. So ultimately, science towards business. It's like that. So human centricity in a pharmaceutical world, we know how patient centricity is paramount. So we work with investigators or HCPs, but we also need to engage and collaborate with regulators, payers, and professionals. Now we are talking about science, we are talking about marketing, we are talking about medical, we are talking about business. But what about ethics? Whatever we are saying in terms of AI, it is boom. But what about ethics? How authenticated is it for us? We need to understand that. How this algorithm is prepared. No doubt we are not computer science students, but we need to understand a little bit related to that algorithm perspective. So furthermore, if you consider how artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all the other digital technologies are now integral part of medical operations, it becomes clear that human centricity is what we have to strive for. So I like the idea in medical affairs as a powerhouse of human centricity, because ultimately our main agenda is the benefit of patient. So a trusted partner to the healthcare community that will fully leverage and integrate the digital technology to maximize our impact on the society. So it was all about till slides I have talked about the boon, the importance of digital and AI in medical affairs. Now we are coming to the challenges. What are the challenges of AI in medical affairs? Lack of standardization in data collection and analysis. Different healthcare providers and research institutions use different data formats. When we talk about one healthcare professional or doctor or practicing physician, their practice differs from the neighborhood practicing physicians. So everybody has their own thoughts, everybody has their own experience, everyone will have their own perspective. So how to gel them up? That is the major chunk. How to use these different data formats and protocols. It makes difficult to integrate and analyze that particular data. It can lead to incomplete or inaccurate information, which can in turn affect the accuracy and reliability. To address this challenge, there is a need of greater collaboration and standardization among healthcare provider and research institutions who are always there to help us out in researching and developing the new technology. Another challenge of using AI in medical affairs and digital health is the potential of bias in the algorithm development and deployment. So these algorithms are only as good as data they are trained on, and if data is biased, the algorithm will bias as well. Suppose now too many words are here. In simple language, I'll say that whenever we talk about anything we need to promote, suppose I'm talking about LinkedIn, right? Whatever is done, whatever new you are doing, you will like to post it on the LinkedIn, right? And then you will get the likes. Okay, fine, you get 100 likes, fine. But does that like actually is impacting your career? That is what is required. Ultimately, when it comes to pharma industry, we are promoting a molecule, we are promoting a brand. You will get n number of likes, n number of clicks, n number of views, but are you getting the business? Is the person who is checking that buying actually? That is what is required. So ultimately, there is always pros and cons in everything. So nothing is perfect. So ethical consideration is very important as we explore the potential of AI in medical affairs and digital health. It is very important to consider the ethical implications of this technology. One of the main concerns is the potential of bias in AI algorithm, which can lead to unequal treatment of patients based on the factors such as race or gender. So we need to consider ethics. It is very much required when we talk about implication of any technology. Suppose I previously in few slides, I have told you about EHR. EHR is nothing but electronic health records. What is electronic health records? It is the data which is filled with the patient information, past history of the patient, present complaints of the patient, means currently on which medication is the patient. But if the data is shared by a pharma company, it is unethical, because there is the major rule when we talk about the consent, that unless and until patient is comfortable, we should never share the data. But here, there is a major concern. To address this ethical consideration, it is important to involve diverse stakeholders in the development and implementation of AI. So always when we talk about AI for the development of AI in medical affairs or in medical fraternity, multi-center approach should be used. Multi-center, or different discipline people should involve, and they should give their insights before the development, specifically when we talk about medical. So transparency and accountability are also very important principles that should guide the use of AI in medical affairs and digital. So by ensuring that AI is developed and used in an ethical and responsible manner, we can maximize the potential to improve the patient outcomes and advance the healthcare as a whole. So there are different collaboration opportunities internationally. Many companies are already working on this. So to the pharma companies, they should always, or the colleges, different colleges who are doing research work, they should always try to collaborate with these companies to get updated also and to ease their work. But yes, along with this, you should always remember the ethics. Always remember the regulators, always connect with the regulators, how it can be worked. So that is the major requirement. And there are different investment opportunities. Nowadays, everybody might have heard about entrepreneurship, new terminologies in all the youngsters. So yes, if you're developing something new, which can be like create a noise in the market, which is disrupting the market, yes, there are investment opportunities here. And there is one example about the case study of DeepMind. You know what? The people who are suffering from cataract or diabetic retinopathy, previously it was very tedious to understand, to diagnose this properly. Now, because of this AI, this project was in the development, this AI system that can diagnose this eye disease with a high degree of accuracy. The system uses machine learning algorithm to analyze that retinal scan and identify the exact sign of that disease, such as diabetic retinopathy. It has the potential to save that time and money. Nowadays, when we talk about this laser therapy, what is that? It is just a kind of minor surgery done to that particular patient. Within 15 to 20 minutes, the patient is free. No doubt he need to take care for a month at least, but still, how the time, the money, everything is saved, and it is up to the par, when it comes to getting operated for that. So always there is a need of this technology to be there, updated. So digital health transformation, now this digital trend will continue to revolutionize our industry in the coming years. It is so important that we continue to put human first, and that we continue to ensure and value our human touch. So the transformation is new, no doubt, but whatever we are converting ourselves from, traditional working style to digital, there is always the requirement of that human touch. Without that, it will not happen. The human, they should know how to train that particular AI to work for them. AI is not going to train you. You need to train yourself how you can master that a particular AI. So these are the different applications. It will be very useful for the students. If you want, you can click a picture of this. The very first link is for, for preparing the presentations. Suppose you are having a data. Suppose I'm talking about articles. So you can always upload that article. You will get directly the slides with the heading and everything. If you require 10 slides, it will prepare 10 slides. If you require 8 slides. So this is specifically for the students. I have prepared this slide. It will be very useful for them. Second one is the Health Product Regulatory Authority. So here you will get the information about all about the molecule, whether it's used in humans or animals, in terms of the dosing regimen, everything with the articles also. Third link is for understanding huge PDFs of articles. You can directly save this, upload it, Control F, or you can type questions, whatever is you require, you can type and it will give the answer. So all this specifically what I use on my day-to-day life, it is I have mentioned here. So again, this chat OpenAI, it is also very useful link. You can check through this. I'll not take much of time. You can just click the picture and you can check it. So what are the future trends? As we look to the future of AI in medical affairs and digital health, there are several trends that are likely to emerge. One of the most significant is the continued development of AI powered by diagnostic tools that can help healthcare providers identify the diseases and conditions more accurately and quickly. So previously it was totally human-centric. Now human-centric approach. The humans used to make the decisions whether what is happening. Now it has been converted to AI. The diagnosis. Now when we talk about our different type of test, the blood test, if you're going through, now you can get the data, what are the deficiencies. Along with that, you can get what you need to eat and what is the graph you will get if you recently you have done that a blood test or screening. So you will get every information on that particular report, that what you can do next, what you have to eat, what diet you need to follow, and 10 years, how you can change your lifestyle and your health. So these tools will be able to analyze the vast amount of data from a variety of sources, including electronic health records, imaging studies, and genetic tests. And another trend that is likely to emerge is the increased use of AI in personalized medicines. And with the ability to analyze large amount of patient data, AI will be able to identify the pattern and correct correlations that can help to the doctors to develop more effective treatment plan for the patients as per the customer. They can be customized. So here what they're trying to say, that large amount of data is present. The AI will go through that, and ultimately the average information which is required for decision making of the doctor can be prepared. So this will not only improve the patient outcomes, but also reduce the healthcare costs by avoiding ineffective or unnecessary treatment. So these are the future scope of AI if it will be developed with the help of multi-center approach, people who are having different expertise in terms of regulations, in terms of ethics, in terms of legalities, in terms of medical, in terms of science. Everybody should come under one platform and prepare things like this, which is required. And no doubt it will be there in the market very soon. So I will conclude now here that AI has immense potential to revolutionize the medical affairs and digital health, from accelerating the drug discovery and improving the patient outcomes to optimizing clinical trials and personalized medicine. AI is already making a significant impact in the healthcare industry. However, it is important to acknowledge the challenges and limitations of the AI in this context, such as ethical consideration and regulatory considerations. And by collaborating with AI companies, healthcare providers, and regulators can overcome these challenges and unlock the full potential of AI in medical affairs and digital health. So these are the major pointers which everybody should, remember. So no doubt, AI has a potential in healthcare. No doubt it is still under process, but yes, in future it will be boom. So it will be very helpful in terms of cost saving, time saving, getting perfect results, etc. So that was conclusion. And now these are the different healthcare AI startups you can watch always as per your time pace. So these are a number of, already startups are there available. You can go through their website. You will get a brief idea about what they're actually trying to develop. and how it will be helpful for us. So that's it from my end. And these are the references which I have focused. So now open to the questions, if you have any.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your experience and insightful talk. I feel that, and I also believe that your talk has definitely motivated and enlightened our students about potential of artificial intelligence, that is AI, in medical affairs and digital health, and given them an overall idea about what this AI is, its challenges, and what its opportunities are. So now I request all the participants to get the session interactive by posting their questions into the chat box, or and even YouTube participants can post the questions in the chat box, please. So, ma'am, there's a question from Nyayeshwari Mate. As a fresher, what knowledge we should have to enter in the medical affairs?
So thank you for that question. Yeah, basically, when it comes to entering into medical affairs, what is the major requirement is your communication skills, scientific skills, and related to the clinical approach. Yes.
Sorry, ma'am, for the interruption. You can continue.
Yeah, so related to the clinical approach I'm talking about, where see, in medical affairs always there is different therapies, like when we talk about chronic segment, so like diabetes, hypertension. So whatever is your area of interest, or wherever you are interviewing related to medical affairs, you should have at least in-depth information about the pharmacotherapy, about the disease conditions. And yes, no doubt, you should always be aware of different journals where that particular data is available. And also now, as I have given you that links also, you can always use to understand how you can, when it comes to, when we used to be in college, that articles, it was a tough time for us to read and understand. Now for you guys, you just go through that PDF file. I have shared you the link. You can always upload that, and you can just ask questions that they will give you the answer, whatever the question is there. So you should be pro enough in terms of your confidence, in terms of your communication, in terms of your scientific skills. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So there is another question, that what are the some ethical challenges associated with using AI in medical affairs and digital health?
So when we talk about ethical challenges, see, AI is nothing but the data which we are filling them, they are reverting us back. But whatever is not there in the market, and when we are asking AI that questions, suppose I am talking about a new medicines, new drug, like suppose any example, like voriconazole, it is specifically a derma drug. So it is not there in the market of Indian market. So if I'm asking questions, it will always give the insights about international patients, international people. So if I am applying the same information to Indian, it will not be applicable. So we need to understand. So also when it comes to ethics, we can't overstate as a medical person that yes, my particular product is best in terms of safety, best in terms of efficacy. No molecule is best. Everything revolves around the safety and efficacy profile. That still we need to understand in AI perspective how that can be solved. So that are the different ethics which is very much required.
We have a question from YouTube. Mamik Bhatt has asked this question, that are there any courses where we can learn these concepts?
Yes, of course, there are many websites if required. You can take my email ID and you can ask the questions on that in terms of this course. I will always share you the link. So just to give you example, Udemy is there. Coursera is there. Now, for being a student, it's better to always enroll yourself in NPTEL. NPTEL, it is government organized course. ICMR is also there. So they are always there to help you out. They always prepare a module where you can try to understand how the clinical trials are conducted, how you can analyze, how statistical analysis is done. So always you can update yourself. That is free of cost courses, and you will get proper certification also. Minimal amount, it might be there. You can always go.
So the last question, can we analyze the cost and consequences of drug therapy or particular treatment of a disease using AI? And if
We
yes,
Yes.
then if data will be authentic or not?
See, whenever we are talking about cost analysis, yes, it will give you that analytical data will be available, but exactly how that analysis is done by that particular AI, that is the question. Because now, if the AI is up to date, like when we are in 2023, right, August, you never know what are the data, the AI is referring to give you that analysis. So it is always required that you will get that format, you will get that answer, that average you will get. But again, you need to cross check that particular specific journal, what they are saying, or different data. You need to understand by your self approach, and then you can collaborate and understand. You will get ultimate result. But I will not suggest that you should 100% rely on that currently.
Thank you, ma'am, for solving all the queries of the participants. I thank you all the participants also for getting this.
Harshada, I have one question.
Yes,
Punam,
ma'am.
Punam, in what ways this AI can assist for early prediction of disease?
Yes, so for early prediction, now how AI works, suppose I am talking about a myocardial infarction. So there is a ASCVD scale, or suppose I am talking about Parkinson's disease. So there is UPDRS score pattern. So what happens? The app is prepared in which the data is filled with few questionnaires, and there is a range given. Suppose the person is within the range of suppose 1 to 10, the numbers are given. Suppose the person is falling post answering the questions at 7 or 8 category, then the chances are high to get that particular disease conditions. But the person, if he is after filling the data of his current concern, if he's falling into 1 to 5, then that is not the major area of concern. He can change the lifestyle, update the lifestyle, and he can be safeguarded himself by that particular disease condition. So in that way, that data is prepared. And previously, the same thing used to happen by writing it in traditional manner. But now it is converted into the app system so that it can be useful for the patient. They can always use by themselves, or it is also useful for the doctors to analyze the data and understand the concern, specifically what we can say, diagnose the patient and ultimately give the prescription. So that is how it works in disease condition.
Thank you, Punam.
Thank you, ma'am. So now I request Dr. Sia Patel, sir, to please offer a virtual certificate to Dr. Mrs. Punam ma'am as a token of appreciation, and please share the concluding remarks about the talk. Please, sir.
Yeah. Dr. Punam, it was really pleasant to listen to you regarding this artificial intelligence and its use in medical affairs, particularly. Actually, you have made us feel proud as an alumni of our departments. It was really nice that you have touched all the aspects, or majority of the aspects related to AI. It was few participants have asked you questions and very nicely you answered them also. But when it comes to say literature search, now next batch is coming in our departments for thesis. Okay, and just now you have shared with us some tools using which they can analyze the literature. So this is something a great contribution, your contribution to the thesis of present batch. Okay, last time we tried to ask our students to write at least introduction of thesis using ChatGPT. That's what we had done in this last batch. Our students, we asked them to write the introduction of their thesis using ChatGPT. That was what we tried to do last time, but this time we'll be trying this literature analyzing AI tool also. Okay? We'll start doing that. And if suppose there are any issues, we will be contacting you for further guidance regarding this.
Sure, sir, for sure. Anytime. That will be my pleasure.
Yeah, right. Thank you. And regarding starting some certification course and all, if suppose we can have a dedicated certification course in AI for medical affairs or for pharmacy students or say pharmacy practice students. Even in that case, we may require your guidance and what kind of knowledge is to be provided through that certification course, what should be the module, which topic should be there, all this kind of guidance will need from you. For that also will contact you soon. Okay. So what has happened is this AI ML has already come into our day-to-day life. Everywhere is from having a health card to getting vaccinated to having say, any Aadhaar card linking. All these things are related to AI.
AI only.
And these things we have to learn now, start learning now. But what happens is, as students, the students may not understand what is to be learned because there is so much diversity in the knowledge which is related to AI.
Yes.
So should they learn Python or there are some other languages, all those things that are needed to be learned or not, that also is to be clarified. So just spare 1 minute and tell what kind of knowledge pharmacy students should have about AI. Should it be just application related knowledge or they should know some basics of programming and all? What is your opinion about this?
See, so when it comes to the programming thing, yes, first of all, what I feel that the area of interest. So if we are talking about medical affairs specifically, the people should always learn to prepare, to analyze that data, specifically when we talk about the articles. Now, like you might be knowing, sir, no doubt you are a guru. So Cochrane studies, it is like 30, 40, 200 pages studies are also there. So for a human, it is very tough to, read everything. So you should always, there is a requirement of a crisp data, a concluding data, where you can interpret what exactly is required. So in that case, always the students should learn how the AI will give you the interpretation. So there are certain tools which they can use, but how authenticated? I will not say always rely. You should initially cross-check that yes, it is authenticated or not. Now, if we are talking about ChatGPT, it will give you every answer, everything, anything, and everything. See, the difference between Google and ChatGPT is giving you the format, how you need to write, what you need to write also, but why you need to write is your approach. So that is the difference. So being a student, they should understand how to prepare a data in crisp manner in terms of presentation, because when we are presenting, you can't present all the article. So that should be crisp, to the point, eye-catchy, interesting. So that is the major thing which is required. Second thing, whatever you are preparing in terms of analysis, in terms of graph, you should always be aware that the analysis done from your end is perfect or not. I'll not say that 100% it is accurate, but yes, it should be within the range of accuracy. So that kind of analysis and AI tools should be there to understand. So AI may specifically, when we talk about medical affairs, scientific data understanding, the different type of graphs, like forest graph currently is in the trend. So that how to understand. Third, how to prepare the slides. I'm not talking general slides. I'm talking about the slides which is actually required for doctors. Means you will be licensing between the field force who are not all, who are from any field, who are from arts background also. That simplification. And then you will be so much scientifically pro that you need to teach doctor also who is practicing. So in that sense, hope I have answered the question.
Yeah, right. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Punam. I would like to invite you to our campus again. We may have a training program or some interactions with present batches regarding this new developments which are coming in medical or medical affairs or other experiences which you have. Okay. Thanks a lot. Now I request you to accept the virtual certificate that we are presenting you. Yeah, thanks a lot for giving such a enlightening lecture. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you all the students, thank you, my professors, thank you, principal sir. I'm truly obliged again and grateful for giving this session. And yes, I'm always interested in visiting the college. And
Yes.
always say to Vivek and Himakshi, yes, please, I want to visit again. I want to now give it back to the students where we were like blank at their age. Now we can at least make them understand the practical approach, what industry exactly is, expecting from the students. So I can help you all in that.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for the concluding remarks. Thank you, ma'am. So now I request Mrs. Himakshi Chaudhary, ma'am, who is coordinator of the program, to please explain her views and conclude the program with a vote of thanks. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, Harshada. Good afternoon to one and all present here. It gives me an immense pleasure to deliver this vote of thanks for this event, Power Alumni Talk Series 5, on the behalf of Department of Pharmacology and Pharmacy Practice, R.C. Piper. I would like to express my gratitude to all esteemed delegates for their presence and contribution to make this event a great success. I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our today's speaker, Dr. Punam Pal, to take out time from her busy schedule to grace the event. The information given by you will definitely create an interest among students for initiation of their projects on the topic. Thank you, Dr. Punam, for inspiring and encouraging us with your words on this special day. Punam, it's really a wonderful feeling when you listen to your friend, your classmate after a long time. Thank you very much. A special thanks to Dr. Sanjay Surana sir for providing immense support to make the alumni talk successful. I extend my gratitude to Dr. Chandragowda Patil, Head of Pharmacology Department, and Dr. Savita Patil, Head of Pharmacy Practice Department, for organizing this informative lecture on this recent topic, artificial intelligence. I must thank the organizing team, volunteers, especially Mr. Vivek Kumawat, Mrs. Harshada Patil, Mr. Ujwal Katolkar sir, Ms. Seema Jogad, and other faculty members for working hard for the past few days to make this Power Alumni Talk successful. Last but not least, I am very much thankful to our management of R.C. Piper Institute for providing us this Zoom platform to conduct this online lecture. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. So I request all the participants to please switch on the camera so we can just capture this moment and have a memory with us. Please, everyone. So now, with the permission of the dignitaries, I declare that the program has been concluded. I request all the participants to please encourage us and show this interactive sessions and make this alumni talk, this series actually, a very successful one. We are privileged to have you as participants to make us and encourage us for conducting different trials. And obviously, we'll try again another work to conduct this alumni in offline form too. So with this, I bid you bye and see you in the next Power Alumni Talk series. Till then, take care. Have a good day.
Thank you.